Hey, what's up guys? This is Eric with Painting Business Pro. This video is about subcontractors and finding good, reliable, qualified subcontractors. So I got an email from Brett recently, so I'm gonna just read you what he sent me in an email quick. His email was a question about subcontractors. He said, has your experience been, is it difficult or easy to align with a good, qualified sub? I live in thickly settled New England area, and it feels like I'm fishing in a stocked pond for both customers and potential subs. But curious how easy you found it to connect with and attract really good subs that will work hard and do good work and represent the company well. Okay, so we're not gonna talk about the stocked pond with customers. That's a marketing and sales video, but the answer is this is a massive industry and there's tons of opportunity and you don't need many customers to have a great business to then build on. But we're gonna talk about this issue with subcontractors. And again, it's how easy is it to attract really good subs who will work hard, do a great job, and take care of customers and represent the company well? So there's a few points I want to make. The first is, and the short answer is, there's plenty of them. There's plenty of really good, qualified painters and subcontractors out there. Tons. There's also some really bad ones. All right, so we want to put this in perspective. So the short answer is, yeah, there's tons of them. So the answer is, it's pretty easy if you know how to do it. All right, so the second thing is we want to put this in perspective. All right, so he said thickly settled New England area, so let's just say he's in the greater Boston area. All right, so that's a big metro. That's probably a couple $1 billion a year in painting that is done in that area. All right, so this is roughly $100 billion industry per year. That's the revenue that goes to painting contractors. The paint industry is around $37 billion a year. So just doing the math, if materials is 37%, that makes the US market, there goes my computer. That makes the US market a $100 billion a year industry or more, okay? So huge market. So for every $1 billion in painting that's being done, so in Boston we say it's let's just say 2 billion. We'll just say 1 billion to make it simple. I ballpark there's around 10,000 painters per billion in sales. You follow me? So if Boston's got $1 billion industry, there's about 10,000 painters in the greater Boston area. So one little side point here is right now there's all this stuff going on with COVID and people are talking about the labor shortage. And while the labor shortage is absolutely real, unemployment's higher, people aren't going back to work, everyone's got signs in their door. When there's 10,000 painters, 15%, unemployed or people who aren't going back to work still means there's 8,500 painters. There's a ton, okay? So your job is to get them. So the real question you need to be asking is not like, are there good, reliable subcontractors or painters out there? The question you need to be asking is, how do you attract and keep the great ones? And furthermore, how do you develop them to be even better or grow or add crews? That's the real question, which I'll come back to in a second. The other important piece of information you should know here is it takes about 10 painters, 8 to 10, to produce $1 million in business in a year. If you're running a painting company that does $1 million a year, you're making a couple $100,000 a year if you're doing it right, maybe more, and you need 8 to 10 painters. That shouldn't be that hard when you've got 8 to 10,000 to pick between. Okay, so again, it comes back to this question. Okay, got it, Eric, I understand. There's tons and tons of painters, and there's some look, even if the top 10%, of the good ones, that still means there's like 1,000 painters out in your area that are great painters. So the question is, how do you attract and retain them? And by the way, it's higher than 10%. There's a lot of really great painters. When we actually interview subcontractors and bring people on, we find we're successful with the majority of them. All right, so a big part of this is your effectiveness as a business owner at developing and building that relationship and setting expectations and setting people up for a win, bidding your jobs high enough that they don't have to rush, that they can actually do quality work. A lot of the problems people have with their subcontractors and their painters has nothing to do with the subcontractors and painters. It's, I did a bad job selling the job. I did a bad job setting expectations. I'm disorganized. I didn't charge enough money, so they had to rush, something like that. Okay, so the key is you've got to be offering the best opportunity. If you want to attract the best people, you've got to be providing the best opportunity. Part of that, and I've got other videos about that. You can search my channel, learn more about it. But the bottom line is, are you paying more than most? Because the best people are going where the best money is. Are you offering the best money? And if you're not, you probably need to raise your price. And if you raise your price and then you don't make sales, you got to improve your sales process. Or you got to do more marketing. All right, so your whole business works together. But you got to pay really well to get the best people. You got to be more organized than other people to get the best people. You got to treat people with incredible respect and love and honor if you want to keep them. Nobody likes working for someone who doesn't respect them or doesn't treat them like a partner. I mean, working with subcontractors is like a partnership. Do you treat them like a partner that you like really value and care about deeply, that is driving your business and taking care of your customers? And there's some other things, but you get the picture that your offer, what you're bringing to the table, and how you're, actually recruiting is how you find and keep good subcontractors. So there's just no shortcuts. All right, you've got to do a great job with your business. And one last little point, this industry is really lacking that. What I'm talking about isn't rocket science. You pay well, you're super organized, you treat them with respect, you keep them busy, you treat them like they're partners, they're like your family, and you're together, you're in it together. That's how you keep them, and that's how you attract them. Most people aren't doing that. And especially when problems happen on a job, people start butting heads, and that's where a falling out happens. It happens all the time. And so the fact that there's all this turnover, in so many companies, I work for a sub for a little, but then we have a falling out, and I work for someone else. That falling out is the opportunity for you and me. There's still not that many companies doing an incredible job that it's still fairly easy to do a more incredible job and start scooping painters away. One of our best crews just did a huge $300,000 commercial project for us. He was a subcontractor for CertaPro. He was painting a building in my neighborhood, and I was walking by and he was cleaning out a bucket, and I said, "Hey, what's up, man? I'm Eric. I run Foothills Painting. Are you a subcontractor or do you work for CertaPro?" He said, "Oh, I'm a subcontractor." I said, "Great. Well, are you looking for any other companies to work with? I've got one here and I got one in Denver, and we're always looking for great crews." And he said, "Yeah, I'd be interested." And now he works for us full time. He's got like 8 to 10 guys. His crew alone can produce almost $1 million a year. So anyways, that's what I got. I hope you got some value out of this video. And again, if you want to learn more about subcontractors, I got plenty of other videos on the channel and a ton more information in my Painting Business Pro training program. That's all I got for you today. Hey, what's up? It's Eric with Painting Business Pro. I hope you enjoyed the video, but I want to give you a quick little message, because the truth is, if you really want to build a great company, there are no shortcuts. You're not going to learn how to build a great company by watching clips on YouTube or clips on Facebook or even attending webinars or listening to podcasts or reading endless business books. The truth about building a really great company is that it takes a lot of time, and it's really important that you invest in your development and education of yourself as a business owner and as a leader. It takes a lot of time to build the necessary systems to building a great company. It takes a long time to build yourself as a great leader who can build a great culture and recruit and train the right people. And that's just the reality of building a business. There are no shortcuts. And the way that I help people build a great company is in my Painting Business Pro training program, where we do go really deep on all of those things that you need to master to build a truly great company. So if that's what you're really interested in doing, you can learn more about the Painting Business Pro training program by clicking the link below this video, and you can check it out there.